Welcome to Manifesting Basics, where we make manifesting a basic lifestyle. This podcast is about how to become a manifesting basic and how to live a more enchanted life. I'm your host, Amber Turner, author and creator of the most simple and basic manifesting methodology, Manifesting Made Basic. I am also the author of various books, including the spiritual book, You Choose Your Outfit, and the children's book, The Fearless Muscle. In each episode, we will dive into various topics of the human experience, such as transformation, feminine energy and womanhood, and manifesting an incredible life and experience. Join me as we commune, learn, grow, and expand. I invite you to subscribe to this podcast for weekly episodes. Let's go. Hi, and welcome to Manifesting Basics. So today, I'm excited for this episode because we are talking about what is feminine reality creation. Now, there's a lot of talk about reality creation. There's a lot of talk about manifesting. There's a lot of talk about all of those things. So I really want to break it down because, in my opinion, there's a difference between what one might call regular, more masculine reality creation versus feminine reality creation. So, welcome to the episode. Really excited about it because I've done a lot of videos. I've done a series on my channel about Manifest It Like a Woman, and that is what we're going to talk about in this episode. It is something that I'm passionate about. It's something that I'm excited about. It's something that feels good, and I think that you will find value in this episode if you've ever experienced burnout, if you've ever experienced life being a struggle. This is going to help you. This is a reframe on what we've encountered when it comes to goal achievement, when it comes to creating your reality, when it comes to how we do things as a society. Honestly, we are always in this outward energy, which is masculine energy, this outward focus, make things happen, go get it, make the thing happen type of energy. We are talking about something different and something that perhaps will align with what it is that feels good to you. So, I really wanted to do this episode, and I want to start here. What is manifesting? It's interesting. I actually got a comment from someone talking about what is this new age BS that you're talking about. And I find that interesting because often I don't give those kind of comments much of my energy or my time or my attention. But I thought, okay, he has this thing all wrong. And it's always interesting. It always seems to be men. I'm gonna be honest. It always seems to be men commenting, um, you know, really not nice things on my videos. But you know what? I was like, well, let me think about this because he definitely has where I'm coming from wrong. So maybe this is an invitation for me to really get clear on what I'm talking about. And so, to be clear, what I speak about doesn't belong to any denomination, religion, um, new age, whatever. It doesn't belong there. It is the way that life works. We are going beyond religion. We are going beyond any like concept, like specific concept or organized by a man or organized any organization or anything like that. We're going beyond that. We are just going straight to what is life, right? That is what we are talking about here. How does life, how is life created? And that's what we're talking about, the energetics of life. And so I want to talk about what is manifesting because I found that interesting that he commented that. And I think that there is a misconception about manifestation because all manifestation is bringing thought form, something that is a thought, an idea, something from your imagination into reality, into your experience. And I think what happens along the way is that people associate manifesting with some sort of new age religion or something like that along those lines. But basically, on the more masculine perspective of things, it is goal achievement. That is what manifesting is bringing an idea into your experience, bringing a concept that exists in your imagination, in your mind, in the heavens, into manifestation matter for you to experience. Now, here's the thing. Because I was researching this thing because I find that, goal techniques are pretty much similar to what people will call manifesting. But again, manifesting is really taking an idea and bringing it into your experience, your reality. But I do find it interesting because goal achievement is more of the masculine way of looking at things, the more masculine perspective, because goals are often associated with something that is measurable, something that has metrics, something that is more tangible, right? So when we talk about manifesting, however, we're often talking about things that are intangible, things that can't be measured, things that are don't have metrics. Because when we think about goals, we have these different goal techniques and these different goal processes like SMART goals. And then there's like I believe it's like OKR or something like that, where it uses metrics to measure the goal to see if it was achieved. It's a way of achieving these goals, these different processes and techniques to get to a goal, to attain a goal, to achieve a goal. Now, with manifesting, however, on the flip side, which is more of a feminine perspective, is we are often manifesting things that are intangible, that can't be measured, like love, like connection, like family, these more intangible things that have no metrics associated with it. Like we are not measuring love, right? We are not measuring success in the way that you can with metrics, but it's more about the feeling. So we often associate manifesting with the feeling, which is more feminine and it's more intangible. So it's still the same kind of thing. You're taking this idea, this concept that exists in the mind, it exists in imagination, it exists in the ethers, it exists in the heavens. And we're bringing it down into matter to experience the feeling of love, the feeling of connection, the feeling of family, the feeling of success and richness of life, these kind of intangible things. And that, my friends, is what manifesting is. It is something that exists, a concept that know it exists, and you make it manifest and you experience it in your reality. So, again, manifesting is more of on the more feminine side of things. It's more of the feelings, the feeling that is often not measured, right? It is these feelings, these intangibles that sometimes we can't even put into words. That is manifesting. So, I want to talk about in this episode feminine reality creation. Manifest it like a woman. What is that? What do I mean by feminine reality creation? So, feminine reality creation, in my opinion, I kind of just made the thing up. To be honest, I kind of made it up, but it really is not made up. I mean, I just don't think that we often put words to the thing that we're doing. Because often with law of attraction and reality creation, it is this I have a vision, I'm going to make it happen. We're going to impregnate the subconscious mind, we're going to impress the subconscious mind. Mind you, this is outward energy, masculine energy going outward. We often associate that with reality creation. Now, there are people that speak of the more feminine approach, which is the allowing and taking more of a relaxed approach to life. And it is more of a surrendered energy that allows life, to allow life to flow, to allow life to present some incredible, amazing things for you to experience, which is different from the goal, more outward focus, more impressing, impregnating the subconscious mind. Now, I feel like this is not a video, obviously. This is a podcast. But I feel like the way that I'm speaking, you can feel the energy and the differences between the energies of a more outward focus, making things happen, impressing the vision on the subconscious mind type of energy is more outward. Now, having a more relaxed, and I believe, I forget his name, but he talks about the seat of the soul. It is this more relaxed, surrendered approach to life, which is more feminine energy. This more magnetic things come to me, things unfold beautifully. And that is the more feminine reality creation that I would like to speak about in this episode. And so I do find that when it comes to manifesting, that often it is this gotta make things happen, gotta have the vision, gotta do this thing. And for even with my own work, in the beginning, I was that way too. It was like, you have to have the vision, impress the subconscious mind. You got to make it work and all, this kind of thing. But I will say, as a woman incarnated in this reality, in this lifetime, that even that can lead to burnout for women. Is this more outward focus? Because even having to, because like even now as I feel into coming up with a vision, coming up with goals, coming up with, these things to achieve, it feels heavy to me right now. It feels like, okay, even the coming up with goals is a lot of work for me because our system, which is a manifestation of our energy, Our biology is a manifestation of our energy, is very feminine. So, our biology, our nervous system, our hormones, our brain, everything about our biology is more in line with a more surrendered, relaxed approach to reality creation. Even how we think as women and how we receive information, how our brains are set up is different from men. It is more in alignment with a more surrendered, relaxed, letting go type of way of being. And often we will we will experience burnout. Our systems can become fried. Our systems can become overwhelmed when we are always in an outward masculine way of doing things, and not a way of being. Okay. Which is different from doing, which is different. So I wanted to share some stories that will really put this into perspective, feminine reality creation. But I first want to ask you this. Can you let go, surrender, and relax enough to manifest it like a woman? So I want to say that again. Can you let go, surrender, and relax enough to manifest it like a woman? So if you've been operating more in this goal achievement, metrics, focus, outward focus, energy going out all the time, the doingness, does that leave you exhausted? Because I will tell you, that is what happened to me. And this is what led me to learn more about feminine energy and actually embrace my feminine energy, my feminine essence, because for a long time I kept going. I kept doing this thing. I kept trying to make this thing work, and it just sometimes it would work and sometimes it wouldn't. But I knew that something was off because I shouldn't be this exhausted. I shouldn't feel this way. I shouldn't feel drained all the time. And that's what not filling your cup up will do, because you literally are emptying your cup all the time, operating from that perspective. So said I wanted to share some stories. It's interesting because I'm actually here in California, and one of the things that I wanted to do is find a gym. Like, I like to work out, I like to move my body, and that was very important for me, is to find a gym. So I was looking for a gym and I found one to try out. So I did the trial and I came in to do the trial, and the energy was very intense. It was very heavy. It just felt like, okay, I don't know about this gym as soon as I got there. And so when I was corresponding with the staff and the people at the front desk, it was the same kind of energy. I got the same kind of energy from them, and it wasn't the most pleasant experience. But I was like, okay, I'm still going to be open to this gym because they have nice equipment and maybe they have great classes. So I started working out, and I realized that I was ruminating on the thing that I really didn't want, because I knew I'm like, this gym really is not for me. The at this point in my life, this is not the kind of energy I want to surround myself with. It's just not in alignment with how I want to feel. So I kept ruminating. I kept having this narrative in my head about this gym and what was going on with it and how I felt about it. And, you know, I was super focused on this thing that I really don't want. Like I understand that I don't want it, but I kept having this narrative of like, how can they talk to me this way? How can they treat me this way? This energy is just so heavy and intense. And I just kept going on and on and on as I was working out. I realized that I was really, really focused on the thing that I did not want. In my series, Manifest It Like a Woman, we always talk about this relating to life. This is the more feminine reality creation is that we're relating to life. Like life is your man. And life is constantly listening to you. You're in constant conversation with life, your reality. And I realized that I was in constant conversation with my man. It's almost like your man is you're on a date and your man is at the table with you. What conversations are you having with him? Are you having conversations about the things that you don't want and the things you don't want to experience? Are you focused on those things? And so I realized that's exactly what I was doing. I was focused on this negative experience. I was constantly talking about it, ruminating on it. And I caught myself. I said, if I'm having this conversation with my man, with life, and he's just like, okay, this must be really important to you because you just keep talking about it. Instead of me focusing, okay, this is not what I want. What is it that I do want to experience? How is it that I do wish to feel? That's the kind, and that's what my focus, my awareness, my narrative should have been about is okay, this is not what I want. This is very intense. This is very heavy. The staff is not the friendliest. What is it that I do wish to experience? Maybe something a little lighter, something a little more smaller, like a smaller type of gym with friendly staff. Like, what is it that I wish to experience? And start talking about that and having conversations about what it is that I wish to experience and telling my man that, telling life that, right? Telling life, okay, no, this is not it. I want something lighter. I want a better energy. I want to feel this way. I want to experience these kind of classes. I want to experience this kind of workout, like this kind of thing. That's the kind of conversation I should have had. I'll give you another example. So, my birthday falls around the same time as Mother's Day. So often with birthdays, anniversaries, and Mother's Days, those kind of occasions, I personally expect when it comes to gift giving, something a little more elevated. Let's say like a luxury bag or some fine jewelry or something a little more elevated when it comes to those kind of occasions. But around that same time, I was having a conversation with my husband about my headphones. I was complaining, I was constantly talking about it and just complaining about it and just kept talking about it around my birthday. And I just was like, I don't even remember what it was that I didn't like about my headphones or I was complaining about, but I know I was complaining about it and talking about it a lot. And so I just kept talking about it. I just kept talking about it, complaining about it, and all of those things. And instead of getting a luxury bag for my birthday or some fine jewelry, guess what I got for my birthday? I guess a new pair of headphones. And though I appreciate it, that's not what I wanted or expected because I wanted something a little more fun. I wanted something that was a little more luxurious. But I was constantly talking about the thing that was bothering me. I was constantly talking about and complaining about the thing that was bothering me at the time. Instead, I should have been leading with and talking about what it is that I truly wanted, what I wanted to experience, what it is that I desired. But I wasn't. I was talking about the thing that was bothering me. I was complaining about the thing. And that, like a loving partner would, was what he wanted to fix or thought was important to me because that's what I was focused on. So these this is the constant conversation. This is when you're in relationship with life. And so I always talk about the constant conversation. What are you focused on? What is the narrative that you're having with life? What is the conversation you're having with life? You think that it's just like, okay, you talking to yourself and you're just having this moment, but you are truly in relationship with life. And the more surrendered approach to reality creation, the more feminine reality creation is, the more allowing life to do its thing and trusting in life. And so it's interesting that we often think complaining about the thing or focusing on the thing is what's going to make the thing go away. And most of us know, especially when it comes to manifesting and reality creation, that that's usually not the case, right? But you can see it in, you can see the unfoldment, in your own experience. Like even with even with the stories that I just shared, is this, what are you focused on? You know, because life is saying, oh, okay, that must be truly important to her because she keeps talking about the thing. She keeps focusing on the thing. It must be important to her. So I'm going to give her what she wants. And so it is this relationship. You are truly having a romantic, beautiful relationship with life. You are writing, I always say, you are writing a beautiful love story. How do you want this love story to unfold? How do you want it to feel? Because you are in control of this thing. How are you showing up in this relationship with life? How are you showing up? Because I'm going to ask you again, can you let go, surrender, and relax enough to manifest it like a woman? So instead of me focus on the thing that I didn't want, the gym, the energy of the gym, or the headphones, I could have just let it go. Because letting go is the more surrendered approach to this thing. Could have let it go, relaxed, and know that life has me and trust in life. Because life, reality, is truly the masculine aspect of yourself. And so when you trust in life, you're truly trusting in yourself, right? You are trusting in yourself. So do you trust yourself? Do you trust that life knows you? Because that's you knowing yourself. I know that sounds, I mean, it sounds what it sounds like, but it's true. Can you let go, surrender, and relax enough to manifest it like a woman? This is one of my favorite topics to talk about because feminine reality creation is makes life so much easier when you realize what this thing is, because you're not trying to force things, you're not trying to make things happen, which when it comes to your biology as a woman, if you're incarnated in this lifetime as a woman, it can overwhelm your system. Like even just certain thoughts of like having to make things and do things can overwhelm us. Like our hormones and our nervous system and our brains are just not wired to be doing all the time. And that's why you see so many women experience burnout. I've experienced burnout several times in my in my life, several times. And I've experienced a lot of women that I know as well go through burnout and just get exhausted and drained. And it is exhausting. But when you can trust in life enough, you are so deeply connected to life that you trust life enough, you can relax, let go, and surrender. And what's beautiful about that is that life is able to dream up, bring to you something, things that you could not have impressed on the subconscious mind. You know what I'm saying? Like it sees more than what you can see. And when you just let go and allow life to flow through you, some magic, beautiful, magical, beautiful, incredible things will unfold in your life. And it's easy. It's easy. And I will say this, it's oftentimes with women, we subscribe to this idea that life has to be hard, life has to be struggle, life has to be like overwhelming all the time. And I'm telling you that that's not the case. It's not the case. It's not truth. Life is easy. Life is steady and harmonious and unfolds in a beautiful, harmonious way if we allow it to be, if we allow it to unfold that way. But what has been our reality for a lot of us is hardship, is struggle, is this really trying to make this, you know, achieve this goal. And it doesn't even feel natural in our systems of trying to make this thing work. Try, just keep trying and just going and like, and then you'll hit a wall. You'll just hit a wall because it's exhausting. But I tell you, when you allow life to take the wheel, you can let go, surrender, and manifest it like a woman. And that is such an easy, beautiful feeling. When life becomes easy, I want you to feel into that for a second. When life becomes easy, how does that make you feel when I say that? That life can be easy. It doesn't have to be struggle. It doesn't have to be this hardship. It doesn't have to be this dysfunctional thing. Because I've said it in my previous episodes that basically the game is to get to love. And love is harmony. Love is peace. Love is easy. Love is easy like a Sunday morning. So when we can get to that and just allow life and trust in life, it's like that movie. And I didn't understand this title of this movie as a child, but I understood it when I became an adult. I'll tell you that much. When I became a woman, is waiting to exhale. I didn't get it. Like, what does waiting to exhale mean? Like, waiting to exhale. I get it now. Waiting to exhale. It's this. life is easy. Life is just unfolding so beautifully for me. And it's just easy. That's what manifest it like a woman is about. So I'll ask you again and I'll leave you with this. Can you let go, surrender, and relax enough to manifest it like a woman? I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Manifesting Basics. I really enjoy talking about feminine reality creation, and hopefully, we can do a series on this podcast about Manifest It Like a Woman. There is just so much to this thing because you truly are in relationship with life. You're relating to life, and it all starts on the inside with you. Now, there's a lot of talk about feminine energy and how to be feminine, and how to be in your feminine energy. But this is where it starts. I just want to be clear. It starts with your relationship with life. And if you can let go, surrender, and relax enough with life, because when you do that with life, that's how it shows up in your romantic relationship, in your marriage, and your real relationship, with your partner. That's how it starts. But you have to start with life first. It starts on the inside with you. And then it's manifested in your reality. So it's not about the doing. Okay. Just want to make that clear. It's not about doing it, doing feminine energy to try to get your man to be a certain way. No, it's about being. It starts on the inside in your relationship with life, and then it's reflected in your reality and people, places, and things when you master yourself first. Yourself first. Anyways, you guys, that's all for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you so much for spending this time with me. I truly, truly appreciate it. And I will check you in the next episode of Manifesting Basics.